back. Load's just finished, so we'll stop it. Okay, so this time in my freeze dryer, I've been doing some dairy products. They tend to be kind of a hit or miss. So, don't know if you picked that up in the video as I released the pressure. We've had a bit of an explosion here. I'll get into why in a moment. So these are some food safe poly bags. We'll just get one of them ready. And oh dear. All over the door and out the front. Oh, but it's not at the sides very much. It doesn't look like we've got too much of a mess here. Just gonna grab this stuff that kind of exploded. Wow. So this is what's in here is different versions of Coffee Mate creamers. They were frozen into half pan sizes in my deep freezer, and then I pre-froze the freeze dryer, and then I canceled it and put it in as not frozen. That way it holds it down to extra freeze it. And I am so glad I put this Teflon sheet. I'm so glad I put this Teflon sheet around it. Otherwise it would have been quite the mess to clean. We've got this nice, fluffy, so this is what the creamer looks like, and it just powders like nothing. I was initially planning on packaging them separately based on what flavors they were, but I kind of forget which is which. So I'm just going to mix it all into one bag because I'm like that. So these are just some food safe poly bags. I don't use these for the long-term storage, but just for kind of unloading and getting stuff off the trays. Just because you can put the whole tray in. Ooh. So it looks like, so these Coffee Mate things are full of sugar, and trying to get it off, it's a sugary mess. So it turned out like marshmallow fluff. Oh, that's sweet. It's yummy, but very sweet. Take the pan out. And most of it is done. But I've got a chunk here that still has moisture in it. Ugh. So I'll put that on back in for some more. So of the stuff that was done on that pan, it is that easy to make Coffee Mate coffee powder, creamer powder. And I even have a cup of coffee here, just fresh brewed black coffee. And now I can package this up, and when I go camping or at the office, I can leave a bag on my desk, have a spoonful, I'll go 2. And like that, it just disintegrates, melts, and I've got coffee. Like just out of the fridge into the coffee. So I'm gonna pull out the other trays, see if there's any more like this one that needs to go back in. Ooh. Again, super happy. I wrap these in the Teflon sheet. So again, it looks like a lot of the vanilla ones aren't fully dried because it's still soft, and the bottom is like marshmallow. But we know that marshmallows do well in the freeze dryer, so they just need some more time. Woo. This tray, I kind of combined 2 things. Let's see if I can get this out. This is cream cheese. Some blocks of cream cheese. Now it's going to be kind of sweet cream cheese because we had the Coffee Mate come all the way up and over. So I've got extra Coffee Mate on that cream cheese. but it appears to have freeze dried just nicely. And this is purely for my own personal use. Hands are washed before, but because it's just for my use, I'm fine with mixing trays. And I do not sell any of my products. I do trade with friends sometimes if they want some stuff done. I do kind of a barter system mostly. We come up to an agreement. But then I make sure that everything is on its own trays and not mixed. So I've got all this Coffee Mate powder ready for the camping season, if they ever open it up. My top tray here was cheese. So the top here is Havarti, and then I've got Monterey Jack, and then we've got mozzarella. Let's just break it open. Yep. Nice and dry inside. I wasn't sure if doing large chunks like this was going to work. Let me just get out the moisture meter to try. Double check. So moisture meter. Whoops. I guess there's still some moisture in there, so this will go back in. It looks like it's only this one last block. So I'm going to start defrosting my freeze dryer. This one last block and the little bit of the creamer that isn't done yet, I'll put in on the next load, and the rest I'll get packaged up. So I say there's a bit of a mess here. We had a mini explosion. But compared to others I've seen, it's not too bad. One way to minimize the explosions or the puffing up is to dilute anything that's super sugary with water first. So if you're doing ketchup or juice concentrates, I was trying not to have to dilute it. That way I can be more efficient in how much I can get on the trays, but I might have to dilute it next time. A lot of it is trial and error, and most of it's a very yummy trial and error, even if it's an error. But that's part of the fun. See you later, because why not? So it went from 3 bottles of Coffee Mate to a pint and a quart of powder. One for camping, one for the office. Don't have to worry about it going bad. Much easier to travel with.